Hi, this is Pastor James with a guitar lesson for today. I want to talk today about a phenomenon called sympathetic resonance. Now, in a non-amplified guitar, you're not going to get much effect out of it, but once you begin to play an electric guitar through a loud amplifier, the effects of sympathetic resonance become extremely the effects of sympathetic resonance become something that you have to contend with. Have you ever noticed that when you pluck a string on your guitar, that in certain places other strings on the guitar tend to vibrate on their own? That's a phenomenon known as sympathetic resonance. And it happens because notes tend to cycle in set frequencies, and when those frequencies match up with another string, then that string will vibrate sympathetically with the string that you actually plucked. Now, in an unamplified instrument, that can actually be quite pleasant. But when you start playing at very loud volumes, you need to learn how to control those extraneous noises so that your playing becomes a lot cleaner. And that's where the concept of muting becomes extremely important. Your technique when you start playing an electric guitar has to change, especially at very loud volumes. And you develop a way of playing in which the fingers and even the thumb of your left hand on the guitar fretboard become extremely important in actually muting the strings that you are not playing, so that only the one particular string that you want to play gets to be heard. That in conjunction with your right hand, especially the palm of your right hand, and when you curl the fingers, and you can actually prevent the high strings from playing also at the same time. So you can palm mute the strings and use the natural curviness of your fingers to mute the top strings when you play. And that way, at very loud volumes, you are able to manage your sound a lot better, and your playing will sound a lot cleaner than before. Another thing, another little gadget that I sometimes use is what a friend of mine invented called the buzz nut. It's this little black strip at the tip of my guitar fretboard. You can just slide it into place, and when it does that, it provides an additional muting to the strings so that your solos can become a lot cleaner. Then if you did not have this buzz nut, it's a great little invention, and you might want to check it out. It's on buzznut.com. Now, the really great thing about playing an electric guitar through a 100-watt tube amp or something of that sort is that you can get into these massive feedback loops, which are basically the sound wave cycling and feeding upon itself in such a manner that it becomes like this endless sustain. And it's a technique that was developed in the 60s, I guess, by people like Jimi Hendrix, and is an incredibly cool way to add more of a repertoire to your guitar playing.